All right, on to all things political. We have the PQ accusing the M Conservatives of electoral expense misdoing. Let's call it misdoing. It's alleged now. The PQ is asking for an Elections Quebec investigation. Give us the background on this, David.
Well, from what we understand is that during the campaign in the by-election in Arthabasca, which is in central Quebec, which the PQ won, by the way, apparently the Conservatives rented a house, and their elections expense report shows that they spent on the rent. They spent $2,000 a month on the rent. And the house is listed at $3,000 a month. So that would raise a question because and as we learned with Pablo Rodriguez, when you rent space, you got to be very, very careful, not only who you're renting from, but how much you're paying. And it is true. You can't, because it would be a form of political contribution.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be market value. Nobody's supposed to be doing you a favor because they like your political bent.
Well, if it is, it becomes a political contribution, and then it falls under the rules of political contribution. So we'll see what happens. As you said, it is alleged. There'll be an investigation. What it does say, though, is that the PQ. They're ahead in the polls, yes, but when you look in the projections right now, even though Quebec-wide, Éric Duhaim's Conservatives are in the low to mid-teens in voting intentions, the concentration of their vote right now, Philippe J. Fournier and Quebec 125 would give them like up to 10 seats in the greater Quebec City region in central Quebec. So I think what this means here is that the PQ is concerned about the Conservatives, especially in the Quebec City region, center of Quebec region, and they're trying, what can I say? These types of things happen when you're 5 months away from an election campaign.
Two environmental stories I want to ask you about. Let's start with the one here at home. We have some indications from Christine Frechette, our premier, not yet ready to withdraw Quebec from an international environmental alliance that it co-chairs. The significance of that is?
Well, the significance of that is that this international alliance are countries and states that have decided to completely eliminate any form of exploration or exploitation of fossil fuels. So that goes into the moratorium, which has been made permanent by François Legault on any type of exploration of or exploitation of natural gas, of shale gas. Now, during her leadership campaign, Christine Frechette opened the door because wherever you stand on this issue, we have a lot of shale gas in Quebec, and that would mean a lot of money. And so she opened the door during the campaign in revisiting the issue. She didn't make a solid commitment to do away with the moratorium. She just said, look, I'm not ready to close the door forever. I want a discussion. But, again, she wants this issue with the campaign. The PQ is firmly against the exploitation of natural gas here in Quebec. This would become a very hot political football if Christine Frechette would open this up with barely 3-4 weeks left in the session, because it would mean, because there's a law now. François Legault, the CQ, actually adopted a law preventing the exploitation of natural gas here in Quebec. So the idea here would be we're probably going to have this debate with the next government, whichever it is, because as we know every day, and you report on this, Trudy, all the time, we simply do not have enough money. We just don't. for everything. Call it infrastructure, healthcare, you name it. We just don't have the money. And so with Mark Carney opening the door left and right, you just talked about, the big deal announced in Calgary today with Alberta and the pipeline, and the fact that polls now show that Quebecers are in favor. There's a majority of Quebecers that say that they would be in favor of exploration, exploitation of natural gas, which was not the case, say, 10, 15 years ago. It certainly wasn't the case when I was environment minister. But times have changed. And if it's done safely and if there's social acceptability, Quebecers, understand that there's a lot of revenue there, and for their priorities, which, turn around the economy and affordability, and the understanding that we just don't have that many sources of revenue left to tap to face the growing challenges of our model.
I am going to ask you to make a prediction now, David, on that announcement out of Alberta, because the feds in Alberta are saying shovels in the ground the fall of next year. Is it going to happen?
Fall of next year is ambitious, but what I think, you wouldn't be saying this if there must be a private promoter already in line. And I understand the private side, they've been burned so many times across the country on different projects. They've probably said, unless everything's locked up, we're not stepping up. So there must be somebody from the private sector or a consortium ready to go. 2, there must be already conversations with First Nations. And 3, there's British Columbia. Let's not forget, Alberta's landlocked. So if you're you need BC, and BC has an NDP government. But again, everybody's strapped for cash, and there are other projects that have, there's this big LNG project that was developed in BC. So why not? I see it. I think the big prediction also you have to add in your predictions book is the Steven Guilbeault watch.
Oh yes. So, what are the odds? Former environmentalist, former environment minister, and continued sitting as an MP, but out of cabinet. Yeah.
There you go. He left cabinet because of the original memo deal with Daniel Smith, and so now with the price of carbon, the deal on the price of carbon, pushing it back to 2040 and reducing it substantially. Is Steven Guilbeault, will Steven Guilbeault still be a member of the Liberal caucus on Monday?
Oh, that might be another board we could put up here at the station for people to vote. Thanks very much, David Heurtel.
Have a great weekend.
Happy weekend.
Go Habs, go!
Unmistakably Canadian.
It's the music that raised you.
The artists raising the bar.
Hi, this is Brian Adams.
Hey, my name's Brett Emmons. I'm from the Glorious Sons.
Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado.
Made in Canada. The station that champions Canadian music.
Loud, proud, and all yours.
No passports required. Just press play.
Tap into Made in Canada now on iHeartRadio.ca
or the free iHeartRadio app.